Namaha, everyone, all the scholars, gurus, and everyone present. My name is Adya Shinde, and I am a student of Kalabit, ODC BPA, first semester. Today I begin with historical journey of ODC and references in texts, paintings, sculptures, manuscripts, and monuments. ODC, the name formulated in 1950s or 60s, it is after independence, was granted to the ODC, to the dance style, which witnessed and was a co-traveler, traveling a long journey of time and space with the land it belonged to. The journey of both of them was very similar in a way that both ODC and the nation, today India, were a part of some bigger idea. Today, they still carry the essence of a larger idea, but are identified and seen independently. The essence that ODC carries is that of marker, the central part of all performing arts. And ODC can be seen as the Deshi, the regional adaptation of the same. Marga is essentially considered to be rooted in Natya Shastra, the oldest available text on Indian performing arts. Natya Shastra, in its 14th chapter, talks about pravrittis, the stylistic features of Natya according to its region. Pravritti is a Sanskrit word with prefix pra, meaning different, and the word vritti, meaning instinct. The four pravrittis that Natya Shastra mentions are Avanti, Dakshinatya cha, Panchali cha, Audramagati. Avanti, Dakshinatya, Panchali, and Audramagati. Amongst which Audramagati is the pravritti of the eastern region of Indian subcontinent, to which today's ODC dance belongs. ODC has various historical resources. Also, these resources may include the sculptures, temples as archaeological resources, granthas and manuscripts as textual resources, references of documentation of different events as indirect resources, and literature and religious practices. These resources played a very crucial role during the revival of ODC dance. Looking towards the archaeological resources, sculptures, the first or the oldest archaeological resources that we find today are the Udaygiri and Khandagiri caves in Bhubaneswar, Odisha, estimated to be built in 200 BC during the reign of Raja Bharati. Some relief sculptures in these caves portray music and dance scenes. There is also a list of art forms inscribed as Gandharva Vidya in Hati Gunpa, written in Prakrit language, as we can see here. Temples. Natya Shastra talks about Rangakshetra, the theatre or a stage. It doesn't mention any kind of Natya performed in temples. So Natya is specifically dance dramas, instrumental music, and vocal music began to be performed in temples around the medieval period. In existing literature on the history of Odissi, there is a huge gap regarding the archaeological evidences after the period of Udaygiri and Khandagiri, till we pick up the thread again from the 6th century with when the rulers of Odisha began to patronize temple building in a large scale. It was because from 6th, 7th century, dance became or was seen as a part of worship, because Shaivism in 7th century, Vaishnavism 7th to 9th century, Shaktism 9th, 11th century, and Buddhism 11th century started flourishing. One can find many examples of temples from medieval period being constructed with the Jagamohan and Natya Mandapa attached to it. Example of Lingaraj temple of 11th century, as we can see here. The temple is has a plan that Garbhagruha is attached to the Jagmohana, then to the Natya Mandapa, as we can see here. Next are the Jagannath temple, 12th century, and Konark temple in 13th century. Practitioners at Jagannath temple were called as Maharis, amongst whom Gaunis were the singers or vocalists, Bajunis were the Vadak or instrumentalists, Nachunis were the dancers, and with the decline of Mahari tradition around 16th century, the boy dancers of Odisha, called as Gotikua, also known as single boy, continued the tradition. Gotikua performances were held outside the temple and open to the public. The decline of Mahari tradition was due to many reasons. It might be political also. Coming towards the textual sources, Shilpa Prakash Grantha of Ramachandra Kaulasar, a medieval period Sanskrit text on temple architecture, is written along with the illustrations of dance movements 100 years before Sangeet Ratnakar. Sangeet Ratnakar in 13th century by Sharanideva is also one of the resources. The further resources are as follows: Abhinay Chandrika of 15th century by Maheshwar Mahapatra, Sangeet Narayan by Narayan Deva Gajapati, Abhinay Darpan by Acharya Nandikeshwar, and Nartana Nirvin by Pundarik Vittal. They describe Nartana Nirvin especially describes the Odissi of the present day. Thank you. Questions?
Okay. Nine.
I know. So we see this. Yeah. Namo Namaha. I'll be presenting Odissi practicum, Hasta, Shira, Vishti, and Vibhati. Hasta ke, Asanyukta Hasta, Pataka, Sri Pataka, Ardha Pataka, Kartari Mukha, Mayura, Ardha Chandra, Arala, Shukatunda, Mushti, Shikhara, Kapitra, Katikамukha, Suchi, Chandrakala, Padmakosha, Sarpashesha, Mrigashesha, Sihamukha, Kangurya, Adapadma, Chatura, Brahmara, Hansasya, Hansapaksha, Sandansha, Mukula, Tamrachura, Trishula. Sanyukta Hasta, Anjalischa, Kapotascha, Karkataha, Swastikas Tatha, Doda Hastaha, Pushpaputa, Utsangaha, Shivalingaka, Katika Vardhana, कर्तरि स्वस्तिकस्तथा शकट शंख चक्रे च संपुटः पाशकीलकौ मत्स्यः कूर्म वराहश्च गरुडो नागबन्धकः खटवा धेरुण्ड इत्येते संख्याता संयुक्ताकरः इति संयुक्तहस्तानां चिरवे सम उद्वाहित अधोमुख आलोहित धुत कंपित परावृत्त उच्चित परिवारित नवधा कथितं शेषं नाट्यशास्त्र विशारदे दृष्टिभेद सम आलोकित साची प्रालोकित निमीलिते उल्लोकित अनुवृत्ते च अवलोकित इति अष्टौ दृष्टिभेदानां स्युकीर्तिता पूर्वसुरभि ग्रीवाभेद सुंदरी च तिरश्चीना तथैव परिवर्तिता प्रकम्पिता च भावाग्नि ज्ञेया ग्रीवा चतुर्थी। धन्यवाद। नमो नमः। My name is Adya, student of BPA ODC first semester. Today I will present Natya Shastra. Pranamya Shirisa Devo Pitamaha Maheshwaro Natya Shastra Pravashyami Brahmana Yaduda. Next slide. Before understanding what is Natya Shastra, a learner should know what is Natya Veda. Natya Shastra was constructed and compiled from the fifth Veda, Natya Veda, which was formed by Brahma due to because of request of Indra with deities, so as to improve the values that were degrading after the period of Sati. It was revealed and not composed by Brahma. The Veda has root word vid, which means knowledge. Natya is a combined term in Natya Veda and also in Natya Shastra for all the performing arts. Created by Brahma, it was created by combining Patya from Rigved, Geet and music from Samaved, Abhinay from Atharvaved, from Yajurved, and Rasa from Atharvaved. And it was accessible to all the four varnas, as it was a request of Indra and other gods that all the four Vedas are not accessible to the four varnas. Hence, Brahma created the fifth Veda that was accessible to all. The next slide, please. Now, how did Natya Shastra form? Rishi Atreya, along with other sages and disciples of Bharat, asked 5 questions that form the base of Natya Shastra. These 5 questions can be seen as: how did Natya Veda come to existence? For whom was it meant? What are its angas or its allied subjects? What is its magnitude and how is it to be applied? Next slide. These 5 questions led Bharata to disclose his knowledge of Natya Veda and hence formed the Natya Shastra, which is in the form of questions and answers. Natya Shastra, the title is composed of 2 Sanskrit words, Natya and the Shastra. The root of Sanskrit word Natya, the root is Natya and Nata, which means to dance or to act and represent. The word Shastra means text, manual, or a book, but in Indic studies, Indic literature, it is also used as suffix to describe knowledge of a defined area of practice. Next slide. Natya Shastra was hence attributed to Bharat Muni. It was written. It is written in Sanskrit. It is estimated to be written in between 200 BCE and 200 CE, but the estimates vary between 500 BC and 500 CE. The subject that it is based on is of performing arts and its allied subjects. There are 36 chapters with a total of 6,000 verses. Next slide. Now, the question comes that who is the Bharata? Bharata, according to the researchers and scholars, they have different opinions for the name Bharata. Few say that Bharata may or may not be an individual. Or he may be or they may be descendants of a clan, a group of scholars. They may be ballad singers, precursors of drama and theatre. It can be the acronym of Bhava, Raga, and Tal. Bharata may be a preacher, a guru, a preceptor, or a visionary, or it may be a community of artists. Next slide. Looking at the chapter schemes, the first chapter is on Natyotpatti. Natyotpatti, as I said, includes the 5 questions which led Bharata to disclose his knowledge, and it also includes the story of the origin of Natya, the story of Brahma creating Natya Veda. The second chapter, Prekshagruha Lakshanam, describes the different meters, the different criteria of falling stage and Prekshagruha. The scales, Hasta, Danta are also mentioned in the second chapter. The third chapter on Ranga Devata Pujana is the worship of stage and of gods. It is establishing God, is evoking gods, and after the formation of the stage. The fourth chapter, Tandav Lakshmi, includes the Shiva's Sukumara Nritya and Angaharas, Karanas, and Rechakas. The fifth chapter, Purvaranga Vidhi, gives the detail of origin of Purvaranga, the rituals, the instruments played during this Vidhi, and the dance behind the curtain and in front of the curtain. It describes different terms related to Purvaranga. The sixth and seventh chapter are on Rasa and Bhava, which are the crucial chapters one can see. It describes the 8 rasas. Today we know the 9 rasas, but Natya Shastra included the 8 rasas. It also gives the characteristics of rasa and the relation between rasa and bhava. Next. 8 to 13 chapter are on Angik Abhinay. It describes the different chadis, mandalas, and Abhinay done by Upanga, Pratyanga, and Angas. The 14th chapter, Pravritti Dharmi Vyanjaka. It describes the 4 pravrittis, the Panchari, Outer Magati, Dakshinatya, and Avanti. These are the styles of depending on its region. 15th to 19th chapter are on Vachik Abhinay. It gives different verbal representations, metrical patterns, and rules on the use of language. It gives different dialects, how a character can speak on the stage or the Rangamancha, and how a person in daily life talks according to the status, the position in one in the society. The 28th chapter, Dasharupaka Vidhanam, speaks of 10 kinds of plays. 21st chapter, Sandhyanga Vikalpa, that is the joining segments. 22nd chapter, Vritti Vikalpa, it gives the 4 vrittis and their origin. So these vrittis include Bharati, Satvati, Kaishiki, and Arabha. The 23rd chapter is on Ahari Abhinay, the kinds of Nepatya, makeup and ornaments, how a character should be portrayed on the basis of ornaments one wore. The 24 is Samanya Bhumi, the nature and characteristics and types of emotion of women and men. This gives, it also gives the Ashtanayika and the characteristics of a male and emotions of male towards female also. 25th chapter is on Vayopacharana, the types of nature of female messengers and courtesans. 26th chapter is on Chitrabhnaya, the 27th on Sandhi Vyanjakaha, Siddhi Vyanjakaha, the human and divine Siddhi. The 28th to 33rd chapter are on vocal and instrumental music, Dhruvagan, instrumental music, vocal music, etc. The 34th is on Prakriti Vicharana, 35th on Bhumika Vikalpaha, the distribution of roles, and the last chapter is on Natya Avataranam, which is the descent of Natya on earth.